A Norwegian in the Family, the opening line about only hyacinths in May or whatever it is, that once I got that, I said, man, I got this.
I remember you saying somewhere, Dan, that you wrote some. I don't know whether it was Norwegian in the Family or something other, but where you wrote your favorite parts first, and then almost kind of built it into the interweaving narrative around it.
Not necessarily favorite parts. When you're doing a long novel, there's a theory about novel writing or writing anything long, is that if you can have, or even films, there is, I think Orson Welles or John Huston might have said, all you need is 5 or 6 great scenes, and then you just fill in the blanks. And so I knew Bit was gonna. Well, initially I was thinking A Norwegian in the Family would be shorter than Vincetti Brothers, but as I wrote it, there was just too much, and it came to me, and it just came, and it came, and it took 17 months to write it, and working a full-time job overnight as
that's
well.
Bloody amazing. That's amazing. It took longer for me to read it.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, sometimes you get in the book. When I would, for example, sometimes come home from work, and even now when I'm tired, I don't need to take drugs. All I have to do is be in a sort of semi-stupid. Sometimes the muse, if you want to believe in such shit, it takes over. You have to know how to do things. And sometimes, for example, the Vincetti brothers, I said, were 3 real-life brothers. Originally, I wanted to write a long poem about them 20-some years ago, but it took a good 20+ years for me to find the right vehicle, and was seeing Rocco and his brothers. When I saw that, and I saw the 3 main brothers, I said, that's it. I'm gonna use that as the template for this book. Now, my book goes way beyond this melodramatic, although good soap operatic film. Yeah. But I knew that was it. And sometimes you have to wait. I wanted, for example, I have a book called The Scorpion Swam, which has my Japanese American alter ego called Henry Matsumi. And I had originally wanted to do a book on Michael Faraday. I always wanted to write about Michael Faraday. And I knew Michael Faraday. He was one of my favorite scientists when I was a kid. And then I said, well, let me put Michael Faraday, and I was going to compare this character of Henry with Michael Faraday's life. Well, I bought a couple of Michael Faraday biographies. I read them, and he was boring as fuck. He had an interesting wife. And yes, I could have taken the time and made some tension between Faraday and his wife and whatnot. But by all accounts, the man was upright. He was hardworking. He was one of these good guys. If he hadn't been a great scientist, no one would care about him. You know, but so I said.
So it went elsewhere than Faraday then.
Yes. So Faraday, though, became a sort of thing that was in the mind of the Henry Matsumi character. And that's how I only stumbled upon the Philip K. Dick story accidentally, because I was looking around and I was saying to myself when I was doing this science fiction book, you know, you can find tropes from Star Trek, Star Wars, The Twilight Zone, any science fiction work of the Black Cloud by Edward Hoyle, and the Green Lantern. Yeah, you can find just about anything in there. But I said I need to find a good short story. I went to Project Gutenberg. People. I went to Project Gutenberg and typed in sci-fi, and I saw, oh, Philip K. Dick has some stuff. And you know, I looked at it. I think it was the second or third story I read. I said, that's it. I said, this is so predictable, so bad that my taking this and showing how I can get something great from it. It was perfect because it had every kind of bad sci-fi trope you can think of. He's
a moralist as well. I think Philip K. Dick. He has lots of great ideas, but unlike like Borges or one of these other ideas guys, he has to bring it around to a bloody moral. He has to bring it around to and that's why abortions are wrong and stuff like this. Okay, Philip.
He's a mechanistic thinker and writer. He does have great ideas. But if you've ever noticed, every film ever made from a Philip K. Dick story is better than the source material. Yeah. Even if it's done by mediocre people.
Yeah. I mean, like like they're usually quite inflated, very surface level films, but like even then, like you have a very good kind of surface level film.
Well, like Minority Report is a excellent film for about 75-80% of it. Then Steven Spielberg, his inner "I've got to fuck up this film" takes over. Same thing with the Schwarzenegger version of the Mars Tale. What's it called? The Schwarzenegger Mars film.
Oh bloody hell! I know too. What's it called?
Total Recall.
True. Yeah. Yes.
Not the Colin Farrell, but the Schwarzenegger one.
Remakes.